Hello everybody. Determining your organization strategy. That can be a difficult aspect. We know that a strategy includes an analysis of where you are, where you want to go, and how to get there. Just don't know exactly how to create a strategy, how to develop a strategy that is going to be utilized throughout your organization. There's a number of steps that I would propose as you go about creating your strategy or crafting a strategic plan. Some are more intuitive than others. But at their heart, they all look at what the organization is and what it should be, and then trying to figure out what can be done to get there. So what are the steps, the most important processes that you should follow in order to create this strategy that will hopefully propel your organization forward? Well, first you need to determine the stakeholders that must be involved in your strategy. Who are those that should provide the necessary information, knowledge for the decision-making process? And who's going to be most impacted by the process itself? Once you identify those two aspects, you're going to know who the stakeholders are going to be. Typically, you want to invite stakeholders who can add value into the process. Add value. It's a key deliverable. You don't want people just because of their rank, their position, should be invited to the organizational strategic planning session. Instead, you need those people who really can, by virtue of their knowledge, by virtue of their ability, their unique skill set that they have, could really add value to the determination of the strategy. Those people have to be involved early and often. Second is you have to determine the future of your organization. And, hopefully, you can identify the future of your industry as well. Because then you could figure out where your organization fits into the industry, and where the industry is going to be fitting in to your country or to the world. It's like a Rubik's Cube, or even Legos. Each piece has a preferred way to go. And so at this stage, you want to determine the future of your organization with the hope that if you can determine its future, you can help plan on how to get there. You certainly can't identify the future of your organization if you don't have any kind of knowledge or a best guesstimate of what the industry is going to be. And logically, the same with the country. If the country is not doing well financially, economically, societally, culturally, then it may not be the best time for your organization to expand. All of those come into play when you're trying to determine the future. Then you're trying to determine the need. Now that you know what the future is, or at least have a good idea of what the future will bring, then you have to determine what you need in order to achieve that future. You need certain amounts of money, time, personnel, materials. All those are components to achieve some type of strategy. Each must be logically and artfully displayed, and also, for the most part, those strategies have to be utilized at their most optimal manner. Unused resources can be a drain on an organization, especially when you divert resources that could be used in other arenas. In today's highly competitive environment, it becomes increasingly important that all resources are utilized effectively. And determining what you need and then utilizing those needs effectively is of utmost importance. Fourth is to determine the chronological and logical, as I mentioned earlier, steps to achieve that need. We've involved our stakeholders. We know the future of the industry. We know what we need to achieve that future. And now we have to set out and create the plan to get there. This is a methodical type of an approach here. This is from A to B to C to D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exactly, as artful detail as you can, detailing the exact manner in which the organization is perceived to achieve its objectives. And lastly, one that's often not included in these types of plans, is a plan B, a contingency plan. If we don't reach our objective, or if we need to modify our objective, we need to know before any kind of strategy is determined and implemented, so that once the strategy is determined and implemented, any variations can be addressed quickly by moving to a contingency plan or changing some parameters along the way. That's what we need to develop an organization strategy and also a winning strategy for the future. You have to plan for the future, but then you have to be willing to achieve it. Both should be involved in your strategic plan. I wish you all best. Take care.